Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night from where or when you're watching this video. I hope you're doing well. This is John from IT Skills Academy, and I'm taking this opportunity to welcome you back to my channel. We continue creating the pharmacy management system, and if you can clearly remember, in one of our previous episodes, we created this checkout page that we are currently viewing. And so in this tutorial, what we'll be doing is we'll be making it dynamic so that the amount due is corrected from the total based on the medicine prescribed. So if I can just take a second to just step back a little bit and show you what we did so that we get to this page, I think that will make more sense. So let me just head on back to the dashboard here. And so here I am on the dashboard, and below here we have the patients awaiting, and I'm just going to select one patient and attend to the patient. And so this takes me to the issue medicine, where I have the possibility of adding the medicine prescribed. So just come and check the medicine that I want to prescribe to this patient. I click on next. So that takes me to the this page here, issue medicine, where basically I just see the medicine name, the price, the available quantity, and I can now be able to come and add the quantity that I want to prescribe to this patient. So I just come and add 2, and then I just hit on issue medicine. And so here I find that the client has also some other drugs that she has purchased but she has not yet paid. So I'm able to see all of them here, plus the one that I have added right now. And here I can be able to see the medicine quantity, the price, and the amount. And down here we're able to see the total amount that we expect to correct from this patient. So once I verify that these drugs are available in stock, I can now insert the data into the database. So I can just hit on submit. So I'm able to see that the medicine data is inserted successfully. So I can just come and say OK. And now here we have the continue to checkout. So previously it was just next, but I've renamed it to continue to checkout just so that it makes more sense. Alright, and one of the other things that I have also done is this button now directs me to the checkout.php page, as you can see at the bottom corner. So so once a person clicks on this, they are taken to the checkout page, and here we have the amount due, the money given, and the balance. However, line is a value that is static, so it won't be changing based on the medicine prescribed or based on the client or patient. So what we want to do is to create some PHP script that will help us now to make this value dynamic, or basically we want to be fetching this value from the database based on the sales made. So to be able to do that, I am heading to the checkout.php page. And here we are going to do 2 tasks. These 2 tasks that we'll be performing will be 1, get the sum amount due, and 2, fetching the sales details. So first of all, we're just going to deal with the first one, and then we're going to come back to the fetch sales later. So before we write any PHP script here, I just want to take 1 second and take you to the database here, and I want to show you the sales table. So here I am in the database called pharmacy, in the sales table, and here we have these data here. So I want just to give you a picture of what we are adding. So in this sales table we have several columns. One of it is the total, and this is in fact subtotals. So this is the product of this and this, and this is the product of this and this, and we're having that here. So what we want to get here is the sum of these values, the sum of these values that we have here, where this invoice number is this. So that's basically what we want to do. So we want to sum the values in this column where the invoice is the same, or where the invoice number is this number that we have here. So in this case we expect to find 30, or if we have more, we expect now to get the sum of that specific column. So let me just do it practically so that you can be able to understand. So I'm heading to the checkout page, and here the first thing, as you can see here, is to require the database connection. Here I'm writing the path to where I have the file that contains the script that helps me to connect to the database. So the folder is outside the dashboard folder here, so I'll step behind one step. The con.php is inside the includes folder, and the file itself is called con.php. Now after that, now to be able to get the sum, I'm just going to come and create a variable called SQL, and here basically I'm just creating a select statement that will help me to select the sum. So I'll just come and say in quotes select a sum from the table or from the column called total as in single quotes total, and this is from the sales table. This is from the sales table. So this is from the sales table, and I want this to be where the invoice number. So where invoice is equals to remember we are able to get the invoice of this transaction through the get method. So we are saying where the invoice number is this invoice number that is stored in this variable. So we were able to get that from the sales.php page. So we are selecting sum as we are selecting the sum of total as total from the sales table, where the invoice is equals to invoice. Then after that we are creating a variable called results. Sorry, this should be outside here. So now after that we are creating a variable called results, and this one we're going to set it to be equal to MySQLi query, and here we want to test the connection to the database as well as the SQL or the select statement. So variable SQL. Then after that we want to create a variable that will store the sum. So variable data is equals to we fetch the data using the MySQL fetch a sock. So this will be equal to MySQLi underscore fetch underscore a sock, and this will have the parameter the variable results or res. So now that means we can now be able to get the sum of the column. So to be able to now get that, we're going to go to the amount due, and we're going to replace this static value with this PHP script. So PHP echo variable data. Right, so let us see that in action now. So head on to my browser here, and I want to start this process afresh. So here I am in the database. I will just come and attend to this patient. So just come and see attend. So I prescribe a medicine. Let me just issue the brufen. Next, I insert the quantity. Let me just give this patient 5 of them. I issue the medicine, and now as you can see here, we have this patient having these drugs. These are the subtotals, and this is the total. So this is the total that we expect to see in the checkout page. So I'll just come and insert this into the database, and as you can see, medicine data inserted. So just say OK, and here I continue to the checkout. As you can see now at the bottom left, I'm able to get the invoice number. So when I click to checkout, I'm going with that invoice number. Oh sorry, we are getting an error, array to string conversation. So let's head on back here and see what is the problem on line 102. Oh sorry, we forgot to add the total here. So here we should come and have some square brackets. So in quotes we come and have total. So let us repeat that process again. So we select this patient, we click on attend to issue medicine to this specific patient. So we select the medicine that we want to prescribe. We say next. Here we are adding the quantity, so we can maybe say 5 or 6. Issue the medicine. So here we are going to see all of this. The subtotals are here, and this is the total. So we submit that. Says medicine data inserted successfully, so we say OK and continue to check out. So as you can see now, we're able to get that 1200. So let's try with a different patient and see what will happen. So I'll just head on to the dashboard here to select a different patient. So I come and select John Doe. So I come and issue set reason quantity, put like 5 of them. I issue the medicine. So here we have the 125, so I just submit that. We started successfully, so I click on continue to checkout, and as you can see, we are able to see the 125. So if this client maybe gives 200, we are able to see that the balance is 75. So now the next thing is to click on the checkout, and how I have this is that when you click on the checkout, you should now have a summary of what the patient has bought, or like a sales summary, so that now you can also be able to go ahead and print a receipt. So we'll be creating now this table, and to be able to create this table, I'll just head on to the Visual Studio here. And so I already have a template of that specific page, only that I don't have the table, so that we just save some time. So let me just show you what I have created, before we started this tutorial. So I have this page called sales summary.php. If I just come and show you on the browser here, so sales summary, so it is this page here that is currently empty. So this is now what we'll be creating, or we'll be having a table that will show the sales summary. So let me just head on back here. I can even hide this so that we just focus on what we need to see for now. So this should be inside here. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is to create a div with a class of container. And inside this div, we are going to have yet another div with a class of row. And now inside this row we're going to have a column, or basically the 12 bootstrap columns. So I'm just going to come and say dot call md12. so like on medium screens it should be 12 columns. I'm not focused on the list, we just need to work on making it work the way we want. So now within these 12 columns we're going to create a canned, so our table will be within a canned. So I'm just going to come and have the canned itself here. So I'm just going to come and say what, create a div with a class of canned, in fact, so like that. And so within these I should have the canned header. So this should be sales summary. Now below the header we want to have the card body, so we say canned body. And now it is within the card body that we are going to have the table itself. So we should now come and say table dot table. So basically we are having a table with a class of table. Yeah, so here we are going to have the t hand. So the t hand and inside the t hand we're going to have the what? So we're going to have the table row, and inside that we're going to have the table heading. So we're going to have like 4 of them. So here we should have the patient name, medicine name, the quantity, and here we can have the total. So you can show whatever details, whatever sales details that you want to showcase here. So now below the T hand we're going to have the T body. And now below that we're going to, or inside the T body we're going to have a TL. Now here we're going to have now the TDs, the table columns. Should be 4 of them. And here you can just put some dummy data. So John Doe, can have a sample medicine name there, and we can also have the quantity, and we can also have the total here. So as easy as that, and we have our table there. So let's just come and refresh that and see what we got. Alright, so this is what we got. So I think we need to fix a few things here. It looks okay, but we need to have this down here in a way. So let me just come back here. So sales summary. So let me just make this container fluid instead of just container, and instead of this being MD12, let me just make it call 12, so that the cuts across all the screen sizes. So now we refresh and see the change. Yeah, and now we have it like that, and I think that way it looks nice. So that's it for this short video. I just promise that I'll be making my videos to be 30 minutes maximum, so that you can also be able to understand the concept of whatever we are creating. So in the next tutorial, we'll be now fetching this data from the database, and also continue now to produce the receipt. So thanks for watching until the end. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, like the video, share it with your friends, and you're going to support me a lot. I would also like to know in the comment section below what projects you would like me to create in future. So I have one of you requiring me to create the invoice management system, and also the car hire and also the car parking management system. So that is still in my to-do list, and I'll be creating them in the near future. So thanks for watching again. See you in the next one.